Once upon a time, in a big, bright, and super colorful forest, there lived a happy little bear named Benny. Benny was the kindest bear you could ever meet, and he had a very, very special love for something sweet and sticky. Can you guess what it was? That's right. Honey. Benny loved honey more than anything else in the whole wide world. He loved it on his toast in the morning, in his tea in the afternoon, and sometimes he'd just have a little spoonful for a treat. His honey jar was his most prized possession, always full and always delicious. One beautiful sunny morning, the birds were singing. The flowers were blooming, and Benny woke up with a big stretch and a happy yawn. He tiptoed to his kitchen, humming a cheerful tune. His tummy was rumbling, and he was dreaming of a big scoop of golden honey. He reached for his cupboard, swung the little wooden door open, and then he gasped. His little bear heart skipped a beat. "Oh no!" he cried out, his voice a little wobbly. "My honey is gone." The jar wasn't just empty. It was completely missing. The shelf where it always sat was bare. Benny looked under the table, behind the chairs, and even in the bread box. But the honey jar was nowhere to be found. A little tear rolled down his furry cheek. Who could have taken his precious honey? Feeling very sad, Benny knew he couldn't solve this mystery alone. He needed his friends. He waddled out of his cozy little house and into the sunny forest. The first friend he saw was Lily the bunny, hopping and twitching her long ears near a patch of bright yellow dandelions. Lily was known for her super sharp eyes. "Lily! Lily!" Benny called out, hurrying over. "Have you seen my honey? My jar is gone." Lily stopped hopping and looked at Benny's sad face. She shook her head, her fluffy white tail wiggling. "Oh, Benny, that's terrible. No, I haven't seen your honey," she said softly. "But don't you worry one bit. I'll help you find it. 2 heads are better than 1. Benny felt a little better already. Having a friend by his side made the big, scary mystery feel a little smaller. So, Benny the bear and Lily the bunny began their search. They looked behind big oak trees and under leafy ferns. Just as they were starting to wonder where to look next, they heard a familiar chattering sound from up above. "Hoo-hoo, ha-ha." It was Milo the monkey, swinging playfully from a long, twisty vine. Milo could see everything from way up in the trees. "What's wrong, Benny?" he called down, flipping upside down on a branch. Benny explained the whole sad story about his missing honey. Milo's eyes widened. "Missing honey, you say? Wait a minute. I think I saw something," he chattered excitedly. "Just a little while ago, I saw some sticky golden drops on the leaves leading toward the river. Let's go." Hope filled Benny's heart. A clue. They were on the right track. The 3 friends, Benny, Lily, and Milo, rushed towards the river. And just as Milo had said, there was a trail of sticky, shiny honey drops glistening in the sunlight. They followed the trail carefully, step by step, drop by drop. The trail led them past smooth river stones and whispering reeds until they saw it. There, near the water's edge, was Benny's honey jar. But someone very, very small was next to it, trying with all their might to push the big jar. It was Tiny the ant. Tiny was huffing and puffing, but the jar was just too heavy. When Tiny saw Benny and his friends, he stopped and looked down at his little feet, looking very worried. "I'm so sorry, Benny," Tiny said in a voice so soft it was almost a whisper. "I was so hungry, and I saw your window was open. I didn't know it belonged to you. I just wanted a little taste." Benny looked at the huge honey jar, and then at the tiny little ant. He saw that Tiny wasn't being mean. He was just hungry. Instead of being angry, Benny's kind heart melted. He knelt down and gave Tiny a warm, gentle smile. "Oh, Tiny, that's okay," Benny said kindly. "You must have been very hungry to try and move this big jar all by yourself." Tiny looked up, surprised. "You're not mad?" he asked. "Of course not." Benny chuckled. But this is way too much honey for one little ant. And it's even a lot for one little bear. I have a much better idea. Let's share it. Benny's face lit up with a brilliant idea. He invited Tiny to bring his whole family of ants. And soon, the riverbank turned into a wonderful party. Everyone laughed and dipped crackers and berries into the delicious honey. Milo did funny tricks, Lily told jokes, and even Tiny the ant danced a happy little jig. Benny realized that his honey tasted even sweeter and more wonderful when he shared it with all his friends. He learned a very important lesson that day. Being kind and sharing with others is the best recipe for happiness and friendship. And from that day on, Benny always made sure to have enough honey to share with anyone who might be hungry.